Hi everyone, just a brief update here to explain to you how your grade is calculating. Originally there were 12 activities for the class and I wanted this to be set up on a point scale. So I made the 12 activities worth 5 points apiece. That would total 60 points. Your midterm would be worth 20 points and your final would be worth 20 points. When I decided to drop activity number 6 and make it worth bonus for those who did complete it, that changed things and it changed my numbers. The activity still needs to be 60 points of your grade, so the 11 activities that remain are worth more per activity. So what you're looking at here in the grade book is the way this 60% is weighted. The activities are 60% of your grade. Each of the 11 activities is basically 9% of that 60 points. Okay, so it confuses things just a little bit, but if you take 9.1 and multiply it times 11, you get 100%. So the activities are 60% of your grade, but the 9.1 is adding up to 100% of the 60. So I'm sorry for the confusion. I really did not want this to be confusing, but when I needed to drop an activity, it just changed things. So your 11 activities that remained are weighted now to be worth a total. They're equally weighted to be worth a total of 60 points. What that means for your grade right now, the midterm's still 20%, the final's still 20%, and the activity 6 is set up as a bonus. What that means for your grade right now is that when you look at your calculated grade at this point, it's calculating as if you made a 0 on the final and a 0 on activity 12. So don't freak out when you look at your grades at this point. This is not at all complete. I've played around with it and tried to come up with a good way to put the scores in, and there's just not a real good way to present it to you. But what you're looking at right now is how many points you have without the final and without activity number 12. Now, where the activities previously were worth 5 points apiece, if you take 60 points and divide by 11 activities, that comes out to be about 5.5 points apiece now. So activity number 12 is going to be worth about 5.5 points, and the final is worth 20 points. So what that means is that you've still got a possible 25 points that you could add to your grade. So assuming that you do well on activity number 12, you can add 5.5 points to this number, and then whatever you think you'll make out of 20 on the final, you can add that to see where you think you're going to land at the end. So that's how you can kind of figure out where you stand in the class. So right now this calculated grade is calculating as if you made a 0 on activity 12, but when I grade it, this will update automatically. And when I grade your final, this will update automatically. So this is going to, automatically tell you what your grade is. It's just set up to calculate, but I just wanted you to understand what you have left. You have a possible 25.5 points left that you can add to this number out of 100. So please take time to look over your activities. If there's something that you submitted to me by email that I have not got graded yet, please let me know. I want to have everything updated so that tomorrow when I finish grading activity 12, that you will know exactly where you stand going into the final exam next Wednesday. I'm sorry that things turned out a little bit confusing on your grades, but I felt like it was only fair to drop that activity number 6 because there was some problems with it, and so I was trying to do the right thing, and it just created a little bit of confusion, but you've all passed college algebra, so I'm sure you can handle it. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.